everyone. Friday, final Facebook Live of our May Mental Health Awareness series. So excited to see these faces. Let's go ahead and just kind of go around the room and introduce ourselves. I'm Shannon Gerby. I'm the Leadership Development Coach and Instructional Design Specialist for Global Organizational Development. And Kellen, why don't you go first? You're on my team, so I know you a little bit already.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me today, Shannon. I'm super excited to be here to talk about wellness and mental health and everything. My name's Kellen Curl. I'm the Global Brand and Communications Manager. Been with Perceptive for a little over 3 years, located in the Dearborn location, although I'm kind of remote now, obviously. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Sheffy, I'll go ahead to you first.
Awesome. I am Michelle Sheffy, but everybody knows me by Sheffy, and I am located in Houston, Texas. I am what you would call a hybrid representative. I'm a part of the DX, Dealer Experience Team leadership team, and I work from home a little bit, and I also work in the office. I enjoy what I do, and I've been here now going on 3 years. Super excited. Thanks for having me today.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. And Ashley, can you go ahead and
Hi,
introduce yourself?
Shannon.
Hey,
Good to see you again.
you too.
Thank you for having me. I'm Ashley. I've been with Percepta for going on 6 years now, and I'm a team lead with the Takata Recall program.
Awesome. And you're in my neck of the woods. So Ashley and I are from the Melbourne area, Melbourne, Florida.
Yes,
Yes, and we are in a heat wave right now.
I
it's
was
Okay.
going to
hot.
say, should we play where is it hotter, Michigan or Florida game?
Oh, I don't know. Texas has got something in there too, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we would love to talk about weather all day, but we have some important topics to kind of tackle today. So today's topic is all around well-being and what are some strategies that would be useful to bring to the rest of our employees around some tried and true things that you've done? And I think this looks a little different for each side of depending if you're remote and depending on if you are working out of an office now. You know, the remote workers were 2 years into work from home, social isolation is skyrocketing, and then there's the other side, the flip side, those of us who have just gone back to the office or who are planning on going back, and the great awkward, right? And social anxiety and things of that nature. So we wanted to bring this group together to just talk through some things that are working for you, tips that might help some of our colleagues. So let's go ahead and Ashley, would you like to start us off?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, this month is a special awareness month for us too. It is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month as well. So, that's definitely shaped how I've coped through being remote and the pandemic in general. That being an isolating disease, like it really mirrored a lot of the COVID practices that were put into place. So, some of the things that I personally have done to just navigate all of that and deal with the anxieties of this diagnosis and now navigating work from home that's totally new. Um I just started diving into things I was passionate about. So, researching and making sure I'm educated on what the current guidelines are and what the best practices are for our situation specifically, becoming an advocate and diving into fundraising and all kinds of different activities to get to know the community, but on the work side promoting that same kind of advocacy for my team as well, letting them know that I care about them as other human beings, making sure that our interactions are not just straight to business, but hi, how are you? Like, genuinely, how are you? Not just a generic passing salutation. And it's been received really well.
Awesome. And I just want to commend you because taking that kind of courage and vulnerability to put yourself in front of your team that way certainly puts everyone else at ease. They probably feel like they can talk to you about probably anything. And the fact that you genuinely care and you're getting to those questions around, how are you first and foremost, putting their, well-being ahead of maybe, what's the fire burning in the office at the moment. It speaks volumes to you as a leader. Thank you so much for that.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Sheffy, how about you? What's going on with you?
So, some of the things that I've been doing to cope with a lot of the different dynamics have been just most importantly, reminding myself daily of my purpose. Now, I know that really sounds, pretty redundant, but I think what happens is as creatures of habits, I know that it's very easy for me to wake up, jump right into my routine. The pandemic taught me that, you know what? Things are going to be different and we have to deal with the reality of what we can control versus what we can't control. And while I did not expect the span to be as long as it was, I had to really embrace what is my purpose going to be today and to shift my focus from what was really going on all around me, but what was my intended purpose. So by doing that, I made sure that once I'd started my day and I poured into myself, now leading a team of such great professionals, now I needed to also remember to motivate them and remind them of the importance of understanding what their purpose is and not so much being focused on the media, the fact that we're at home, the fact that, not only are we at home, but if we have families, we're all kind of like in this small cramped space together trying to do a variety of different things, and we're all in the mode of survival, right? So reminding myself of purpose is one of the most important things that I did. Another most important strategy that I also picked up on and really placed a lot of emphasis on was self-care. So often with mental awareness, we're so accustomed to someone maybe openly admitting it to us in a secret that there's something wrong. But guess what? This pandemic has all taught us that mental self-awareness, it's needed for all of us because it pushed all of us into a completely different comfort zone. So I make sure that every single day, no matter what is going on, just as I schedule anything in my day, I make sure that I schedule myself some self-care time. And then also with my team, just as Ashley said, I don't just say good morning. I don't just ask them, how are you doing? I really want to know how they're doing because guess what? If I can give the time to listen to them and actually know how they're doing, hey, it's a great balance for the both of us. My needs are going to be met mentally and physically, and so will theirs. And if I do run across something that maybe needs a little bit more attention, I am in position as a coach, somebody who is really understanding the importance of mental awareness. I'm in position where I can give them the guidance and the support that they need in the moment. So those are some things that I have been doing during the pandemic and throughout the transition as well.
Yeah, really making that connection. That's awesome. Has there been anything unique to the employees that that you've seen come back to the office on the days that you're in the office? Like, how is that different than some of the, I want to say, conversations or issues that we may have been facing when we were just working from home?
That's a great question, Shannon. I would have to say the awkwardness is that instantly when you see someone, you want to embrace them, but we know that times are different. We have to comply with those safety guidelines. And so that I would have to say is honestly one of the greatest challenges. But most importantly, we all respect it and we're all great to see one another. And in the beginning, it may be awkward for a few minutes, but as long as we're following those guidelines and we all really truly care about one another, it's really not as bad. It just feels good to be able to go into the office, be someplace where it's not just me and I'm not crammed in one space and I get to turn my head left, right, and I get to see other people that I haven't seen in a while. We can talk, we can still use our resources. And most of all, it's just not just me. So it actually works out. It hasn't been so bad. I actually look forward to seeing them on my scheduled days that I do go to the office.
Good, good. Yeah, it's probably just getting over that first trip back to the office, right? And everybody else's first trip back, and then you're like, okay, this is the new normal. We can do this. Awesome. Kellen, how's it going over there? You've got speaking of everybody, kind of
Yes.
shared space. I've
Aw.
seeing children and dogs already today.
Yeah, yeah, it's our new normal here, right? Is to
Yeah.
just have all kinds of welcomed intruders into our Zoom calls. Well, I have a 3.5-year-old daughter that decided to let our puppy out, so it is what it is. But one of my big things for wellness is really personally trying to find those things that just make me tick. So kind of going off what Ashley was saying about finding what you're passionate about, and I like to strong. I love my dogs. I have 3 of them, and I just got this puppy a little
Huh.
while ago, and it's for me it's the opportunity to see him. I use them for things that they're bred for hunting and stuff, and seeing them grow and having the opportunity to connect with them and go out and do training with them and see their obedience come along is super fun for me, and it's something that I really love to do, and have started doing with this little guy, and it's a lot of fun. And I think Sheffy really hit the nail on the head for me too about not just asking how people are, but really being genuine about it, because that's something that I think is so easily missed in a work from home environment where it's easy. You're on a Teams message or an email, and you just want to just hurry up and get the answer to the question, where it's only a short amount of time to just say, hey, how are you? What's new? What have you? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. What's going on? Anything new? And I mean, there's opportunity to just continue to bond and connect with our colleagues across the globe. And so I think that's super important. I think just that, again, going back to the passion thing, I think that find something that makes you happy and do it. And it's not selfish, it's self-care. And that's super, super important. I also do a little bit of like journaling. I really like to write things down for work purposes. We do on the OD team 5 task lists. And for me, it's really helpful to write those 5 tasks down and cross them off with a pen or a pencil, and feel that accomplishment, so that then at the end of the day, I don't have to think about it. I know that I got my big 5 tasks done. I feel accomplished for the day, and I can go on to finding those things that I want to do outside of work. And I think it's that, like, drawing the line in the work-life balance, because it's usually it's you drive home from work and you're home, but now I just have to open that door and I'm right at my desk. So it's really easy to get caught up in the, oh, I'll just go send one email even though it's 8:30 at night, and then I'm there for an hour, and it's like it's a really slippery slope, and sometimes you have to. I get it, but try to find that balance is a big thing.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for bringing the 5 critical tasks to the OD team. I use that myself. And now
Yeah,
I've got a daughter who I'm helping her she's using it on her own in her personal life to
awesome.
stay organized.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
anywhere we can pick up a tip or a trick to
Yeah.
help us with our self-care and to feel good, it's invaluable.
If anybody that's watching is interested to, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I can send you the little video that explains it all. It's pretty
Yeah.
valuable, I think.
Yeah. Love it. All right. So we're kind of wrapping up here. Any other comments? Anything else that you'd like to add on anything that you've heard?
Shannon, I want to say thank you for helping to do all of these Facebook Lives. It's really good to help us all kind of know that we are not alone together. We're all in this together, and it is really, even though I might be feeling a little down or a little lonesome, it's not just me. There are people out there that are dealing with it too, and it's reassuring to feel. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that, but it's reassuring to know that I am not alone. I know that there are other people feeling it, and it's okay to feel that way. But talk about it and connect with people that maybe you see on here. If you're watching and you're like, man, I am just struggling, like, reach out. Like, we're all here
Any
to
of
hear,
us.
yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk with you and
Absolutely.
give you some good ideas and just help. I mean, I think that's something that Perceptive does really good.
Mhm.
It's really cliche, but I've heard it so much over the last couple years, but it really is okay to not be okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Shannon, the only thing that I want to add is I want to thank you for allowing us all to be cool kids on the block where it's not, come on, because, back in the days when you say something about mental and health, people would freeze up, people would go a separate direction. But
Mhm.
not only have you made us all the cool kids on the block, but you've taught us to really truly understand it, how to embrace it, how to smile with it, and how to be there for one another. So instead of us running, now we can just kind of extend our hands out and say, hey, come right here. I got you. Let's get through this thing together. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for this platform and this session.
So, thank you for being here, everyone. Such love on a Friday afternoon. All right, everyone. Well, be well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your colleagues and your families, and have a great weekend.
Yes.
Thank
Bye, guys.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Goodbye.